Well, good evening. We continue to follow an odd sight in South Central today, a small plane landing along the Seward Highway.
Fortunately, nobody was hurt and the plane was able to take off again. Let's have a look at that. The Girdwood Fire Department says the plane landed at mile 93. You can see it there on the Seward Highway. This is at 8:30 this morning. This area, if you're familiar, is between Girdwood and Bird Point. Officials say the plane taxied on the median and the pilot got to work to repair the aircraft there. After it was repaired, the pilot then took off under a power line, as you can see, back into the sky. The pilot and a passenger were on board, reportedly neither injured. An Anchorage resident described to us the event today.
I've heard about quite a few of them, but I've been in a lot of small planes, but never seen or been in one that took off on the road. Assumed he either ran low on fuel or had a medical emergency, had to land there. Pilot did a phenomenal job, I'll say. He had a short runway and then shot the gap between the guardrail, the trees, and then the power line and took off south. So kudos to them.
Now, the highway did not close as this all played out. No cars were hit, no injuries reported. The listed owner of the plane, Sterling Taylor Incorporated, registered in Amarillo, Texas.
Shot the gap. We're glad everybody's okay.
Yes.
And if you live near Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport, you can expect to hear noise. But the question is, how much is too much?
Well, Lauren Maxwell has more on a study that aims to find out.
At Anchorage International Airport, planes come and go at all hours of the day and night. Just ask Vicki Campbell, who lives in a neighborhood near the airport.
It's gotten worse and worse, and it wakes us up at night, and it wakes up in the morning. So I don't like it.
The airport has begun a 2-year study to see how neighborhoods like Sand Lake, Turnagain, and Spenard are impacted by airport noise.
What we're doing is we're gathering data that will help inform decisions about how we go about mitigating the impacts of noise.
Monitors put up this summer can pinpoint homes that experience an average noise level of 65 decibels or more.
So if your house exists within the 65 decibel level, that's where you're going to qualify for assistance in terms of noise mitigation efforts.
But how loud is that? According to studies, 65 decibels is about the range of a normal conversation. It's less than, say, a vacuum cleaner or the dial tone of a phone. Vicki Campbell says living near the airport, she's experienced noises far louder.
It's gotten ridiculous, the noise that happens.
Says she'd support any study that might turn the volume down. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
Lauren, thank you. The airport says it wants community input on this study. The next public meeting is set to take place in early January. And quiet weather for much of the state today, but we hear it's not going to last.
Ooh, Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry tracking the next storm, joining us with the forecast. Melissa.
Yeah, we're seeing those storms still lining up across the northern Pacific. Today, pretty quiet weather in South Central, a little bit of cloud cover, but not much in terms of moisture moving through just yet. But there's two things I'm watching. First of all, we have this band of cloud cover that's pushing right across the Bering Sea into the Aleutians. That's going to bring some rain to those regions. Much larger storm system, though, developing here in Southeast. That's what's going to bring in heavy rain and high winds to Southeast. Already seeing a high wind warning in effect for that area of low pressure. You can see those stronger winds here right on the edge of this storm, and that's what's going to push in overnight tonight and through most of the day on Wednesday. So for these areas that you see here highlighted in orange, at 10 p.m. this evening all the way through 7 p.m. tomorrow, Southeast winds of 25 to 35 miles per hour, gusting to near 60 miles per hour. On top of that, we're also still going to see heavy rain moving into the region again as well. As for South Central, we do have a few showers that are still lingering from the previous storm. We're seeing that on the Kenai Peninsula. Those are quickly moving out, though. Quick shot of an isolated shower is still possible tonight into Anchorage in the valley, but again, it's not going to be much. Instead, what we're going to see is these clouds clearing the area. I do expect to see mostly sunny skies for your Wednesday. We'll see temperatures starting out in the mid-40s, just a touch warmer than where we were today, and then getting back into into those upper 50s in the second half of the day with more sunshine in the mix. Fairbanks, a chance for a few light showers, especially on the east side in the second half of the day. Highs in the mid-50s for you. Be prepared for wet and windy conditions in Juneau. High of 60 degrees there, and quiet still along the western side of the state with high temperatures back into those mid-50s, at least for tomorrow, seeing some sun breaks in the mix. Now, looking ahead, we do have more storms lining up, and I'll have a closer look at that state forecast here in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you very much, Melissa. Illegal drugs sold in Alaska are among the most expensive in the country, Alaska state troopers confirmed, saying this creates significant incentives for cartels and dealers to profit here. Heroin or fentanyl can sell for upwards of $1,000 in some villages, troopers say, which also drives other crimes to be committed, funding addiction.
Our investigative team member, Rebecca Palsha, joining us now to talk about her latest report. Rebecca, thanks for joining us. And for folks who don't have struggles with illegal drugs, why is it so important they care what these prices are?
Yeah, definitely a good question. And it's because our prices are so high. Alaska is targeted by drug cartels. Alaska state troopers say those high prices mean people are willing to do more, including commit more crimes in order to pay for these drugs as well as to become the source.
Rebecca, it feels like about 10 years ago, meth labs, pretty prominent here in Alaska, very dangerous.
Absolutely, they were. And that, of course, that was about 10 years ago, and then we saw that decline. But unfortunately, meth has made a comeback here as well. Troopers say that shipping meth here is easier than having a meth lab. You're not bringing attention to yourself, so meth is, again, a big part of the drug problem in Alaska.
All right, Rebecca, thanks so much for your reporting. We're going to take a deeper look at your work and, of course, this investigation tonight on The Late Edition.
Rebecca. All right, our investigative team working hard to bring you in-depth stories several days a week. If you want to get a hold of them or have a story that needs to be looked into, important, here's how you can contact them. Send an email to 2investigates@ktuu.com, or you can always call that tip line, 833-907-TIPS. And still ahead, a candidate forum for the school board in Fairbanks.
We'll take a look at the most notable topics being discussed by those wanting the position. Stay with us. Alaska lawmakers are preparing to take Governor Mike Dunleavy to court. At issue, his executive order to create a state Department of Agriculture.
Well, some legislators are in disagreement with the governor about the legality of the order. According to the Alaska Beacon, a panel of lawmakers voted 9-2 last week to approve up to $100,000 to put towards the lawsuit. As of Friday, there was no estimate as to when a lawsuit might be filed. You can read more details on our website.
And campaign season is underway in Fairbanks. Today, the local Chamber of Commerce hosted school board candidates in a forum to learn more about them.
Participants asked several questions, different topics, both from people in attendance and the Fairbanks Chamber. Some of those topics included recent school closures, the outsourcing of custodial jobs, and outmigration from Fairbanks. The candidates also asked what they would prioritize in a budget to provide quality education.
The school board this last year was given the opportunity to cut more from the administration, and they didn't. I would have increased that cut.
I think we need to commit to making sure that our teachers have an open budget that they understand and they get to see.
My priorities are actually going to be investment and innovation this time around. We have a brand new strategic plan that I am super excited about.
Support our teachers and support staff. Our teachers' teaching or work environment is a student's learning environment.
Election day is October 7th. The school board candidates will next face a forum at West Valley High School tomorrow, taking questions from students.
Well, it certainly has been a wet start to September, and we do have more storms lining up. I'll let you know what you can expect for your area for the rest of the week, and we'll look at the weekend. But first, I have to show you this gorgeous day in Ketchikan, where in between storms, a nice break, some blue sky, and high temperatures back to the 70s.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.